TJ Watt and the Pittsburgh Steelers are not close to getting a new contract worked out. Now, we all know how this little dispute is going to turn out. Watt has all the leverage, and Pittsburgh will eventually cave because they have made it abundantly clear that they are in win-now mode, and they just can't do that without TJ Watt. He's going to become the highest paid non-quarterback in football history, and at this point in his career, it's pretty obvious to anyone who's watched the Steelers that he is not worth that. And all this just goes to show that the Cleveland Browns are a lot smarter than we give them credit for. If I was a fan of a bad team, I'd want it to be Cleveland, because they don't just lie down and take it from the rest of their division. No, despite being horrible, they actively sabotage all of their competition. Since 2020, they've been running circles around the rest of the AFC North. Paying Myles Garrett $40 million a year when they did meant the Bengals and the Steelers both had to pay an extra $5 million to bring back their own superstar players who both aren't as good as Myles Garrett. Both their rivals are trying to compete right now but are currently struggling with the salary cap, which is just something Cleveland doesn't care about. Also, Cleveland somehow has a winning record against Joe Burrow since he's entered the NFL and absolutely smashed Pittsburgh in the wildcard round during Ben Roethlisberger's final year as a competent quarterback. But all of that pales in comparison to how they screwed over Baltimore. The contract Cleveland gave to Deshaun Watson was so terrible, it caused NFL owners to meet and collude against their players. Behind closed doors, owners agreed they would not keep giving out these massive, fully guaranteed contracts to their QBs. This happened the same year Lamar Jackson was up for his extension. Jackson got hurt in week 12, but conceivably could have come back for the Ravens playoff game. But without a guaranteed contract, and looking at what happened to RG3, he decided not to risk his body. The Bengals would go on to beat the Ravens, beat the Bills, and lose a close game to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game because Joe Burrow melted down. If Lamar had played, Baltimore's path to the Super Bowl was wide open. But because of that Deshaun Watson contract, he didn't get his money and the Ravens didn't get their ring. If no team from the AFC North wins a Super Bowl in the 2020s, it's not because of Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. No, it's because of those madmen in Cleveland, Ohio. They own the North.